Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to all our viewers with a hearty Happy New Year with all the wishes in abundant health, wealth, and stealth. Today's program is about Sanatan Dharma and the social conduct that we all should aspire to learn. We are indeed very fortunate to have Sadhguru Dr. Charudatta Pingale with us, who will enlighten us in our Q&A session. Sadhguru is actually an ENT surgeon by profession and national guide of Hindu Jana Jagruti Samiti. He started his spiritual practice under the guidance of Paratpur Guru Dr. Jain Balaji Athawale. And in 2012, he has been declared as a saint. He has compiled many books: Importance of Kumbh Mela, Ganga Mahatmya, Greatness of River Ganga, and the Spiritual Practice as per Guru's Grace. He is working diligently towards unifying Hindus and the mission of Dharma Jagruti all over India and Hindus all over the world. And he has participated in several conventions in Indonesia, Nepal, and Bangkok, and many other places to guide individuals and Hindu activists for faster spiritual progress. May I now request Pradeep to please invite Dr. Charu Datta on live. आपका
नमस्कार to everybody.
स्वागत हृदय से स्वागतम नमस्कारम.
बहुत
Thank
बहुत
you for
धन्यवाद.
coming and sparing your time from your in the Kumbh Mela, right?
Yeah,
So this is going to be very auspicious for us to have you directly from Kumbh Mela, and you can guide us on the sanskars that we should adopt in our daily life.
sure. This is very auspicious occasion that this
So
is
before I
Mahakumbh
start,
Mela.
uh, since this matter subject is concerning Sanatan Dharma, I have defined Sanatan Dharma and I need you to endorse it, and then we
Yeah,
can happily begin our conversation or dialogue and
yeah,
see how we enlighten the viewers. Uh, I feel Sanatan Dharma is an oldest and the most scientific religion that encompasses and addresses three aspects of human existence. One is spirituality, one is humanism, and the other is ecology. And our scriptures are copious with knowledge as per the realization of our Maharishis. Maharishis like Agastya, Atri, Bharadwaj, Gautam, Jamdagni, Yog Vasisht, and Vishwamitra. So, do you endorse this definition?
surely what you are defining regarding Sanatan Dharma, that is, you have given the details of aspect of Sanatan Dharma. If in one sentence we can define Sanatan Dharma is Nitya Nutanaha iti Sanatan, means which is the oldest one, and for present era, which is very useful for everybody, not only human but also mankind. And you have defined different dimension like spiritual dimension, human and ecological dimension. These are the very specific field where Sanatan Dharma have given guideline to humans how to protect globe, humanity, and interrelationship with animal kingdom and plant kingdom. So I'm very happy to hear your definition. A very nice attempt to define Sanatan Dharma in a better way.
Fantastic. So then, since I have a barrage of questions lined up for
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
we can start and see how we are able to break the coconut shell of all our doubts.
yeah,
So the first question, I was reading through your, the magazine that you, Dharma Shikshan posters, the
yeah,
education of righteousness.
yeah,
So I have some questions which will benefit the viewers in a nice academic way and practical way also.
yeah,
So the first question is greeting. In the West, we are taught to shake hands, but
yeah,
recently uh, we have been encouraged to say namaste.
yeah.
So, what is your call on this? What are the scientific? Is there any scientific explanation to this?
Yeah, yeah.
Can
If
you
you go
enlighten
to
us?
this, if we talk about handshake in a perspective that you are in physical contact with some other person. So, according to medical science, social science, there is possibility to transmit diseases from one to other, which we are experiencing in COVID also. But this is a
Hmm.
gross dimension of human life. According
Hmm.
to spirituality, every person has its own aura, and according to his mentality, his attitude, his karma, and also affecting with negativity or not, the aura
Hmm.
may be positive or negative. So, an individual represent either he is as a positive energy entity or negative energy entity.
Hmm.
And when you go for handshake, there is exchange of energy from one person to other person. So
Wow.
when you go for handshake, and if you are having positive energy, your energy will be drained out and it will be shifted or transmitted to the other person. So spiritually, it's a loss for you because to create positivity within you, you need to take many efforts. You have to do chanting, you have to do your spiritual practice, you have to do sadhana, you have to spare your time from your life. So there are two dimensions, physical and subtle dimension is spirituality. So both way, handshake is a problem, but though it is practiced in Western, in Eastern Asian or Eastern countries, Eastern philosophy, we prefer to offer namaskara. Now, what is meant by namaskara? So I bow to the divinity within you, and the concept is that we have faith that every person is divine and he holds divinity within him. And when we offer
Hmm.
namaskar, we bow in front of the divinity of the other person. So it's a very respectful and uh, knowingly that he is also a divine person, you offer namaskara. This is one dimension of namaskara. Secondly, if you go to according to Kundalini Shakti, your both hand they represents Ida and Pingla Nadi.
Hmm.
So they refer to Sukha and Dukkha, sorrow and
Hmm.
happiness of a person. But when you do this mudra of namaskara, now both your nadis has been blocked and your sushumna nadi has been activated now. And that is reason for your blissfulness. Satchit Ananda, that Anand means what? The bliss which
Hmm.
every person want to experience. For a moment, that mudra happens to activate your Sushumna Nadi and you feel blissfulness. Third dimension of Namaskara is when you do this mudra of Namaskara, your fingers they act like antennas and they attract divine power from cosmic element. And you receive
Hmm.
positivity from your fingers and you are touching your Anahat chakra.
Okay.
And when you touch your thumbs to your Agya chakra, Now,
Hmm.
this thumb act as a transmitter, and the energy which you are attracted your fingers, it will
Hmm.
transmit it to your body. Now, how we can say that it's true? So, Maharshi Adhyatma Vishwavidyalaya, SSRF, Spiritual Science Research Foundation, there are some institutions, spiritual institutions, they are doing research with some biosomatic machines, which they scan your aura, they measure your energy level, whether positive or negative. They also measure activity of your chakras also, whether their chakras are active or inactive. And if the chakras are active, whether they are emitting positive energy or not, or emitting negative energy. So there are some biosomatic equipments, electrosomatic somatographic equipments, which measures your energy level or aura or energy from emitting from your chakras. So before of doing this namaskar mudra, if you scan the aura of a person and with spiritual bhav, if you do namaskar in front of your God, you pray to your God, or even
Hmm.
if you do namaskar mudra, and thereafter, after 5 minutes, you go for the aura and energy measuring level, you will certainly get findings that the person is benefited with positive energy.
So
So
that
this
means,
research, they are available on websites also. The
hmm.
paper regarding this research have been presented in national and international conferences also. So if you want to conclude this question, so though handshake is a common practice to greet some other person, but they have some bad effects regarding transmission of some disease. They have also dimension of some transmission of energy from each other. So
Hmm.
it may
Hmm.
benefit or it may harm you. So
So
better,
then, can I continue the second question?
yeah,
The second question will be that many people, when they meet, it's either hi, hi, or hello.
yeah,
So, and some people say namaskar, namaskaram, hari om. So, what
yeah,
is the difference between these, and what does Sanatan Dharma have to say regarding greeting verbally?
yeah. When you uttered word, your extrovertness and introvertness matters there. When you say hi, hello, and when in worldly sense you are greeting other person verbally also,
Hmm.
the factor of extrovertness is active there, and which is devoid of spirituality. So, in worldly sense, you may be benefited because we can't say that you are not benefited. In worldly sense, you are benefited. But for longer period, in long term, you want to feel bliss in your life. You want to get devoid of your happiness and sorrow, and you want to attain a blissful life. When you say namaskar, namaskaram, hari om, when you utter some divine like this thing, so there is factor of introvertness and connectivity to divinity. So you are benefited spiritually also, and in long term, in period of time, your progress is towards spirituality and bliss to attain bliss. So in worldly sense, though you are benefited, but in longer run, uttering some divine words to greet others is helpful to a person.
Person, we are living abroad.
Yeah,
When we deal with foreigners, how
yeah,
do we deal? They will not understand Namaskaram and Namaste. Though, okay, they are used to, now this is catching on in the West,
yeah,
Namaste
yeah, yeah,
Mudra.
yeah.
But instead of hello, we say Namaskaram, then they will not understand that. So this becomes a problem for people when we communicate with Western people.
Yeah, it's a nice question and problem in day-to-day life. So initially, we reciprocally can respond them with their hello word like that. But secondly, we can join that with our tradition also, namaskara. If you see the international trend, if you go to Japanese, Chinese, and other people, or even if you go to Europe also, they are proud of their own language and they are proud of their own traditions. And even they visit other country, they communicate with their language only, and one interpreter is there. It's okay for big people and country and some big shots. But as a person, when we communicate with others, we respect them. So we can say hello also, and we can add namaskar also, so that they will understand that I have also to accept their tradition also. So we can go with both the things there.
Okay, good. My third question is something very
Yeah,
conflicting because nowadays, when people celebrate birthdays,
yeah,
they always put candles and then they blow the candles on the cake. But recently, I saw a show in which they showed that the moisture from the breath goes and accumulates on the cake while blowing the candle. And that moisture has got several bacteria I could see from the microscope.
yeah,
And if somebody is ill or having problems, then those bacteria collect around the cake, and then the people distribute, they eat the and distribute and put people in people's mouth or share
yeah.
it with people. So we have been trying to tell people that it's not good to blow candle. It is better to snuff the candle,
Yeah.
or you take the candle out and blow it in the air or whatever, but do not blow it in the cake as well. So, what are your thoughts on this?
What you tell is very correct thing. According to medical science, your oral cavity harbors lakhs of bacteria and organisms which may cause infections. This is first thing. It's a medical proven fact, nothing different thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, when you put a lighted candle on the cake, the wax of the cake is not an edible thing which you put on the cake. Though this is the second thing. And thirdly, when you blow and uh, you try to blow off that candle, so you put your all the microorganisms from your oral cavity over candle and cake, and you literally infect that cake with your oral organisms. So better way not to blow off the candle first thing. Secondly, this is an auspicious occasion. It's an occasion of happiness. And happiness is always celebrated with light. Even if you see in Western country, they have lightings on their. Even in Christmas, they have some lighting on their trees also. And they have lighting on their houses also. They blow the crackers with light, and light show is there. So all auspicious occasions must be celebrated with light. But when you blow that candle, you are going towards darkness from light. So it's not expected. The journey of life should be from uh, darkness towards light. So in our tradition, what we do, we have a lighted lamp and we have circumambulation of that person, and we offer in a very traditional Sanatan way of celebrating it. And it's purely hygienic also, going towards light also. There is no chances of cross infection, and it's part of enlightenment and happiness also. Light is like knowledge, and darkness is like ignorance. So we don't want society to go towards ignorance. We want society to go towards knowledge also, towards light. So better way, follow the tradition which helps you to go towards light and enlighten yourself, or go towards knowledge.
This is a symbolic gesture
Yeah,
of
yeah,
symbolic
yeah,
ritual.
yeah.
But since we are already inundated with this candle syndrome, and at every birthday parties, if you don't put the candle, they'll think something is wrong. So how do
Yeah.
you come out of this problem? I mean, this it's very difficult to blow a light there on the birthday cake. How would you do that? I mean, how do you people in India or swamis or sadgurus? How do you all do celebrate birthdays?
Actually, we celebrate in our traditional Sanatan way. We have a lighted lamp. We have to do kumkum tilak. We have to do go for circumambulation of that person,
Hmm.
and we go to nearby temple. We offer there something to God. We offer something to prasadam to other people also. We go to our Guru ashram. We offer some donation and something at our Guru ashram also. So in this way, we try to celebrate our birthdays. And
So that means
if a person is a scientific, is with some scientific temperament, it's easy for him to understand the chances of cross infection there while blowing off that candle. So if he is a student of science and he want to be a person with scientific attitude, then he will understand this thing and he will try to change himself. We have to educate him on the scientific basis also, and we have to educate him on spiritual basis also. So it will be help him to get out of that social motto sticking with lighting of candle and blow of candle on cake.
so. Just this is for my personal information, and will help others. So, what should a person do on his birthday instead of waiting for phone calls and to be wished happy birthday, happy birthday? People just call and wish you, and then the guy or person feels elevated that so many people called me. Uh, but he or she should be doing some Shiva or something important on that day to earn blessings from the
Yeah,
elders, etc. What would
yeah,
you advise?
yeah. What I have told that a small Sanatan way of birthday I have explained earlier.
Hmm.
You do some seva with either your guru ashram or you go in society to help others.
Okay.
You take blessings of your elderly persons, your relatives, and
Hmm.
even you, if you collect your friends also uh, by waving that lamp and all those things, they will also feel many
Hmm.
happiness
Okay.
by celebrating this type of birthdays also.
Okay. Now the fourth question. I saw recently at some school inauguration, and uh, our great leaders were also Hindu leaders were also there, and they are votaries of Sanatan Dharma. But they were cutting the ribbon and
Yeah,
instead of breaking the coconut. So, according to your, I mean, research, ribbon cutting is not advisable.
yeah,
So, what is your scientific view or symbolic view towards this?
yeah, yeah. When we want to inaugurate some new any corporate thing, school, college, or any shop, we the when people cut the ribbon, the cutting thing is that you are dividing something. But as a business, as an institute, we want to join many people to our business or institute. So the cutting of ribbon is against that act. So it will not helpful to join other people to your institute or your shop or anything. This is the first thing. Secondly, when you cut a ribbon, the Raja principle, Sattva, Rajatama, there are three subtle qualities, spiritual qualities, which act in human life and in samashti life also. So when you cut a ribbon, the Raja principle get activated, which is not sattvic. and which creates some vibration there which are not helpful to grow your institute or business. But when you offer coconut there, so when you offer that coconut and break there, you have the noise like fat. So fat noise is Nash Bijam. If you go in any sacrifice fire, when you say any mantras and then utter the word Fat Swaha, this means some negativity or some the things which are not helpful to you, they are distracted there with that Fat beach. So when you offer coconut and break during inauguration, the negativity or unwanted energies from that premises get distracted and the sattva predominant principles get attracted there. Satvikta has increased, which is helpful to grow your business, institute, or to grow positivity at that side. So, in Western perspective, when they cut ribbon, they don't have spiritual angle. So, as a part of routine, worldly sense, they cut the ribbon. That is a part of bit ignorance. But when we know the spiritual dimension of cutting ribbon, we can avoid that act and we go for offering coconut and break it at the time of inauguration.
Okay, that clears many doubts. My fifth question will come. You see, now bathing is a very important routine in our life, right?
Yeah.
And we have seen many people fall in the bathrooms, and people get hurt, and some people even, pass away. And and many people, when they go into shower, they are standing. My suspicion or doubt is standing and taking a shower uh, related to any blood pressure or something like that, or it is advisable to sit down and take a shower for the sake of safety as well and internal pressure. So, what is your take on the correct method of bathing from
Yeah.
according to Sanatana Dharma?
Yeah. Basically, what you have told is correct thing. If you think in a medical perspective regarding bathing and taking shower, so when suddenly the shower falls on your head, it may be a cold shower or hot shower. There is sudden change in the temperature of your body. If you go for cold water shower, there is vasoconstriction is there. If you go for hot water shower, there is sudden dilatation of your vessels. If you are suffering from heart disease or blood pressure, it may affect due to sudden change in blood pressure, and there may be a part of syncope, and you may fall down, and there may be some injury. That is one of medical dimension. But when you sit on the floor and you take bath, physically it's good thing that you are not in standing position and suppose something happen, you will be protected and not fall down and the head injury or other some effect that can be nullified. But what is the thing that the chakras, the spiritual energy from the chakras, when you sit down on the floor and take a bath, the chakra they get activated with this water and your spiritual energy of the body is maintained. And when you start with shawls from the head, the energy flow is from Sahasrara chakra toward body. So all this body, it reflects the upper nether regions, Bhu, Bhuva, Swarga, Mahajana, Tapa, Satya. And below west, it's negative subtle regions. So the energy flows from Sahasrara chakra to Muladhara chakra, and your body is benefited with positive energy
Hmm.
also. The sitting postures also at that time activates your some chakras, and the water, the it is also emitting some positive energy, because water is called Jivan also in Sanskrit. Without taking water bath, you don't feel fresh also, because water has divine consciousness also. So that divine consciousness also absorbed by your body, and you feel some positive energy there. So it's better to take bath by sitting on the floor, and it spiritually and physically is helpful to you.
So that reminds me of one thing. You mentioned hot water and cold water, but according to Ayurveda, it is not advisable to pour hot water on your head and take shower or bath.
Yeah,
Do you have any knowledge on that?
they at that
Hey,
time
it's always better
it
and advisable to use cold water or lukewarm water rather than hot water.
yeah, yeah. It's advisable lukewarm water is okay to take overhead also, but very hot water you must avoid from overhead bath.
Correct. Okay, so now I was reading in your poster book regarding the correct way of clothing for ladies.
Yeah,
This is caught my imagination. How would you recommend uh, for ladies, Sanatan ladies, to dress? I mean, what
yeah.
is your take on that?
Uh, Sanatan way of dressing, it has spiritual dimension also. And for clothing, there are different dimensions what you need to take in consideration. First is type of cloth, whether it's pure cotton or silk, or there are some artificial fibers they have been used for clothing or not. You have to see first thing. The natural clothing material like cotton or silk,
Hmm.
they attracts or emits positive energy. And when you wear the clothes of this natural fiber, then they are helpful to you.
Hmm.
Secondly, the color of your clothing, it also affect with positive and negative energy. So some color that emits, that attracts and emits sattvic, I have told sattva raja tama. Some color they attract raja principle, and some colors they attract tama principles. So according to choice of one's color, the tama energies from the surrounding is attracted towards the person who is wearing that dress.
Hmm.
So color also affects for your dressing. And thirdly, the 5 yard sari or 9 yard sari, which conventionally ladies used to wear, they have some other effect, because while wearing cloth, they have effect on your chakras, sapta chakras. When you
Hmm.
wear sari at your navel region, from your navel region, the pressure on the navel region activates your Manipur chakra.
Hmm.
So below navel region, the chakras they act on gross or worldly level, and above navel region, the chakras they are activated with some spiritual level.
Hmm.
So when you dress with conventional sari
Hmm.
with natural fiber and with sattvic color tied at the level of umbilicus, the pressure on the navel region and the sari, they create a protective sheath around your body of positive energy.
Hmm.
That protective sheath protects lady from negative energy attacks at the lower level. So that is one sort of protection there. And due to pressure on the navel region, the above chakras, when they get activated, they attract positive spiritual energy from the surrounding. So now how this can be proved? So again, initially I have told you that Maharishi Adhyatma Vishwavidyalaya, Spiritual Science Research Foundation, they have gone for research with different type of clothing from ladies and gents, that how it affects on a person, whether it's helping you positively or negatively, with some biosomatic or electrosomatic machines. So they measure your auras, they measure your energy levels, whether it is positive or negative. They measures your activation of chakras, and
Hmm.
on this scientific research, the papers are presented in different conferences also, and we are published on websites and in some books also. So the when you wear conventional Sanatan way of clothing by a female or a person, you are benefited with positive energy, with protective sheath, and long-term effect of this thing is that you can fight with your day-to-day difficulties. You can fight to your day-to-day negativity from your life. You are supported with extra energies from clothing, way of clothing also. So what person needs, he needs some extra positivity to fight with the difficulties and situations in his life.
Hmm.
So by simply clothing in a Sanatan way, you are benefited with this spiritual energy. Then why not go for this Sanatan way of clothing?
Correct. It's not so easy because people in
Yes.
the West are used to wearing long dresses or pants and blouses, and many times it is more revealing than concealing. So,
I
and some
understand.
now shorts have come into fashion.
Yeah.
So, if you tell anybody to wear sari, it's outdated in the West. So we have to
No,
find a
no.
happy medium what to tell
And
people what to wear because sari is no. First of all, the young girls don't even know how to don a sari. They
yes.
make a mess out of everything. So
But I understand this
solution has to be
difficulty.
found.
But if we have a mouth-to-mouth interaction with some people, we have presentation to show them how this research is beneficial to their life. And see, fashion maker and trend makers, they are working in every dimension. Why not be a fashion maker for Sanatan costumes? Why our lady or gents who have faith in Sanatan Dharma, why not they are the fashion maker for Sanatan costumes? Let Western people also follow our tradition because it will benefit
Hmm.
their life also. They will be benefited with positivity. They can have extra energy to fight with their day-to-day situations also. So, uh, but we need a bit time to interact with them. We have to explain the benefits of these things. So I think it may happen, though it's difficult, but it will happen on some day, I think.
God willing.
Yeah,
And my other question is, which is quite important, how does one? I was reading in your book also. How does one take care of their hair, woman and woman? How do?
yeah,
What's the best way to take care of the hair and avoid all the lice and uh, other problems of hair and scalp?
yes, yeah, yeah. Uh, First thing is that we have to understand that female body is very sensitive, and they are very sensitive to energies from the surrounding, positive or negative energies, rather than male body, because of their emotional values, their love with their families, with their kids, uh, Vatsalya Bhav, Prem Bhav. Due to that Vatsalya and Prem, their mind is very sensitive to good and bad things. So
Hmm.
a female is sensitive to positivity and negativity. We have to understand first thing. Secondly, we have to understand the functions of hair. In spiritual perspective, the hairs and the tip of hairs, they are like of antenna, and they can attract positive and negative energies both.
Hmm.
And being female more sensitive, we have to consider regarding the hairs of female.
Hmm.
Now, what happens? Female, when she suffers from her menstrual cycle, at that time she has a turbulent mind with rapid changes of thoughts in her mind due to hormonal changes, and
Hmm.
she is in bit suffering also. So at that time we need to be more sensitive and careful regarding all the activities. This is God's grace that she has got this duty. Uh,
Hmm.
Now, when the hairs they are kept open and they are not tied, what happens? The hair ending they act like an antenna and they attract energies from the surrounding. And we know in present era, maximum surrounding energy is with negativity. So when a girl or a lady she keeps her hair open, the antenna is always activated and they are attracting the energy from the surrounding, and which is maximum from in the form of negativity, and that energy influences her mind secondarily. And now with the surrounding negativity, she has now second turbulence of mind, negative positive thoughts conflict going on. Basically she is emotional, basically she is sensitive, and now the conflict has been increased. So, in certain period, you can observe the mood changes more. Even in male, we also observe, but in some specific period like menses and other things, we can see the swing of mood more in female. So, when you take care, there are different things. When to bath, overhead, it has been prescribed. You can have a weekly bath, overhead bath, so that always you don't have to keep your hairs open to dry it. Secondly, when you take bath overhead, you tie initially loosely with hairs, then you can have a bun type of hair dressing there. Or if you have hair tied with some thing, the tip of the hair should be concealed with rubber band so that they are not kept open, exposed to the surrounding, so that they can still act like an antenna.
Hmm.
So, if you take some precautions, the hair, which can be a medium for attracting negative energies, influencing your mind and life with negativity, by taking a proper care in a Sanatan way, prescribed as a Sanatan way, you can avoid this all difficulties in your life and have a better life to fight with positivity with the situations in your life.
So, are you trying to say that if a woman ties her hair with a bun or whatever,
Yeah,
uh, then
yeah,
she will be more
protect.
stable and less prone to mood swings. Is
No,
it?
no. She will be protected from external uh, attraction of negativity,
Yeah.
and the aggravation of emotional mood, which secondarily affecting from attracting from surrounding, that can be minimized. The mood swing or any emotional or mindset is based on personality defect of a person, maybe a male or female, uh, uh,
Mm.
the defect and qualities of that person. So basic mood, basic attitude will remain same, but secondarily affecting from external negativity can be avoided. And to protect from basic swing of mood or any emotional thing, if you go for personality defect removal process, ego removal process prescribed by our Gurudev Sachidananda Parabrahma Dr. Athawale, you can control your mind deliberately, supported by spiritual practice. Then we can say that a lady or a person, they can control their mood swing or behavioral pattern and they can be a good personality.
This is, I just touched a nerve in my mind. I was reading in Mahabharata that when Draupadi came to know that her son has died or something, and she told Bhim that I want revenge, and I will not tie my hair anymore. I'll let it loose till my wish is fulfilled or revenge is I'm avenged. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
That she let her.
yeah.
So what was she trying to prove by saying that I will not tie my hair anymore?
Tying of hair is a Sanatan way, and it protects that thing I have explained. Now, with specific intention, she has untied her hair. This means
Hmm.
while untying hair, she has some sankalpa that so like attracts. So the divinity, the power which is helpful for fulfilling her wishes will be attracted toward her.
Hmm.
And what she have thought that aim may be fulfilled from her, either from Bhim, Arjun, or anybody. So this is specific for specific situation for Draupadi. But when a normal lady is not tying her hairs and keeping it her open, at that
Hmm.
time her mood will swing from many negative thoughts, and that negative thoughts will help to attract negative energies from the surrounding, and that will aggravate her problem. So for a normal woman who is not a spiritually evolved woman also, or she may be prone for some positive or negative energy attack also. So for precautionary thing, if she ties her hair, it will be helpful for her. It's her wish, what she want to do. We can tell both sides. What will happen if you tie your hairs? What will happen if you don't tie your hairs? We will keep both the side in front of the females, and we will
Hmm.
try to convince how she want to live in her life, positively or negatively. And I know every person or every woman, they want to live very positively, happily in their life. So what we are telling, that may be benefit them. But what are your thoughts when your hairs are not tied? That type of energy will be attracted, and in day to day life, we see that maximum person, they are having negative thoughts in their mind. And if such a lady with negative thoughts, she don't tie her hairs, they may suffer with other negative energy attracted by surrounding, which will aggravate their problem. So better way for positivity in life, to live happily and positively in life, they must prefer to tie up their hair in a Sanatan way.
Okay, so now in that case, what is Sanatan way for protection of negative energies? How do you protect yourself from negative energies?
Regarding hair or in general?
No, any other thing, any
Yeah.
other way.
Yeah, what I have told you that the traditional way of costumes, clothing, that helps to protect you from negativity. Your food habits, if you, the more the sattvic food habits, more the positivity you will earn, and you will be protected from negativity. Third
Hmm.
thing is satsang. When you are in a company of a good people, or you are a company of a saint, in a company of good people, you will get positivity. And in a
Hmm.
company of saint, you will get more positivity, spiritual energy also, spiritual grace also. So that will
Hmm.
help you. If you are watching some program on TV, you are watching something on mobile, if they are not with sattvic intention and not showing some sattvic event happening there, that may
Hmm.
affect your life also. So, if you have some picture of fighting thing, that is Raja dominance. If you have some movie watching with some sexual things, that is tama dominance. So that may affect your life because your chakras get inactivated due to energy emitting from that thing. Uh, Even if you hearing some music, if music it's not sattvic, the music also can affect your life with negativity, and they will create a black sheet around you. They will be a source of negativity for your thoughts and actions. So if you go for music also, you have to choose some sattvic music also. So we have many things explained on our website which can help a person how to go for a sattvic lifestyle, which ultimately will give you positive energy, and secondly help you to have a blissful life. So every dimension of your life, every action of your life, every thought process of your life, if you are having a jealous attitude, if you are having a revenge attitude, if you want to harm someone else, that attitude also attracts some negativity from the surrounding and make your life vulnerable. So, life, as I that think good about other people, try to help others, try to sacrifice for others. If you have that attitude in your life, you will attract some positivity and divinity that will help you to help your life to have a better.
Okay. अभी दो बात है. एक
जी.
तो जो is there any way advice from Sanatan regarding how to eat? आजकल आदमी लोग खाते हैं तो गैस चढ़ जाता है, पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, something or the other goes wrong, and then people can't sleep well nowadays, and there's a big habit of taking sleeping pills nowadays.
Yeah.
What do you advise in any appropriate method of eating and how to sleep blissfully?
Yeah. Food habits, more the sattvic food, uh, more your body will be stable, because digestive system is the heart of your all the systems. And if you're having a good digestion or your digestive system is in functioning well, then your 80% of health problem will be relieved first thing. And what is sattvic diet? Is vegetarian diet, is sattvic diet. But for initial stage, someone may like non-veg eating. We can't say that immediately you leave up your non-veg eating. So best way is start your spiritual practice. And by starting your spiritual practice, when you go for chanting what we prescribe as Ashtang Sadhana, Guru Kripa Yoga, so when your original satvikta increases with spiritual practice, automatically your feeling toward diets will be changed if you need it, and automatically you will have liking regarding fruits or vegetarian diet. There is no need to have a hatha yoga that I will skip from this diet and I will shift to that diet first thing. Secondly, you have to take fresh foods, fresh cooked foods. We have one book regarding diet, that how fresh vegetables, fresh food can be cooked, in which way to cook. Because if we are using refrigerated food for more times, basically it's like a dead food. Fresh food is sattvic. Then if you cook food, you immediately consume it. After 12 hours, it's a bit raja, and overnight food is with tamo predominance. So try to choose immediately cooked food to eat and fresh food to cook. This is one thing. Vegetable diet, green vegetables, fruits, and vegetarian diets, they are sattvic diets which will maintain your health and which will help your digestion to be in proper way, ultimately which will help you to have a good sleep. This is regarding diet. But sometimes if you are having liking regarding non-veg diet, though we don't prescribe it, but someone can't get rid of that diet immediately. doesn't matter. You start your spiritual practice because when you chant God's name and you go for Ashtang Sadhana according to Guru Kripa Yoga as we prescribe, slowly due to your spiritual practice, your Satvikta gets lifted up, increases,
Hmm.
and slowly, the effect of tama factor of diet get nullified due to your basic Satvikta due to spiritual practice. And it may land up that you don't like now non-veg, it may happen, or even if you are taking, it will not affect your satvikta if once elevated by spiritual practice. So you can go in either way to keep your digestive system healthy and have a good sleep. And for good sleep, there are some spiritual dimension in which direction you keep your head while sleeping. That is most important thing. So your body has north south pole. Head is north pole and leg is south pole. So the
Hmm.
best posture for sleeping is head toward east and legs toward west. So sleeping east west is the best direction to sleep because your north south pole will be balanced with divine energy from east and west. But if situation force you to sleep south north, then your head should be always towards south direction and your leg, palm of your leg facing toward north direction.
Hmm.
Never your leg should be facing towards south direction. So if in this direction you try to sleep, this is the best postures to have a good sleep according to direction. And sometimes if you sleep on your left shoulder,
Hmm.
what happens sometimes you have nightmares, you have some you are not feeling well in night. So if you go on your left shoulder posture sleeping rather than sleeping on the back, your right nadi, teja nadi, pingla
Hmm.
nadi is activated and the energy is emitted and you are protected from the surrounding. So sleeping on the left shoulder is the best posture initially to have a sound sleep. If you are comfortable with sleeping on the back, it's good. But try to avoid sleeping on the right shoulder because if you're not feeling well, if you're not having sound sleep, better way sleep on the left shoulder. So these two things initially we can start off for a good sleep.
But somebody was saying it's better to sleep on the right shoulder, then your Chandra will be open. And when the Chandra is open, then you can sleep better.
If you don't have any problem of unrest, your mind is calm, you don't have any other problem, in that case, that is okay. You sleep on the right side so that Chandranadi is active and you can have sound sleep. But but you are not settled there. You are feeling uncomfortable. You have nightmares, feeling something fear also. You are changing your position always. At that time, better way sleep on the left shoulder so that your Pingla Nadi will be activated, and at that time the energy release will be help you to calm down and sleep sound.
Now time is coming to a close. So I'm going to
Yes.
ask you two more questions, which is quite uh, confusing to many.
Yeah.
One is about wedding ritual, which has become more of a Bollywood program nowadays. You know, people like to
Yeah.
spend a lot of money and create a lot of show. But that is another thing. But what is the sanctity or the science behind um, getting married and taking your vows in front of the fire, Agni Dev?
Yeah. Uh, uh, I think now present marriages is like a event management thing. According to their convenience, according to their colleagues and invitees, they arrange their function so that it's a rather than a social gathering, rather than a samskara. But
Hmm.
according to Sanatan tradition, marriage is a 15th sanskara. Sanatan traditions prescribe 16 sanskara, 16 sanskars, and the marriage is the 15th sanskar. So it's a spiritual sanskar, it's a spiritual thing. First thing we have to be clear with this thing. Secondly, Agni. Agni is the manifested form, nirgun form of divinity. Agni is Sakshat Narayan. Surya Narayan and Agni Narayan, they are the Sakshat Narayan, the deities which you can see with your eyes. They are the deities in the form of fire or sun, which you see with your eyes. Now, what happens in marriages? The bride and groom, they assure each other with 7 steps, and every step he gives some assurance to his wife that I will do this thing for you, I will do this thing for you. And who is witness there? The fire is the witness there. The God himself, Agni Narayan, is witness there. Agni Saksha, Bhagwan Saksha, he is waiting with that lady and assuring his worldly progress, spiritual progress together for 7 birth, because we have faith in rebirth. For 7 birth also, and if they are spiritual seekers in this life, unitely they want to have Anubhuti, spiritual experience of Shiva Shakti Aikya. In marriage, the Purush is Shiva, the Stri is Shakti, and through Agni, they are binding as a Shiva Shakti. Now they are Ardhangini. They both are half Anga. And with this Ardhanga, Shiva Shakti, they promise each other in front of fire that we will experience oneness, Advait, in this life, or for the next 7 years we will be together to attain liberation or moksha. So this is a spiritual sanskara, and it has been witnessed by Agni Narayana in front of divinity. They have assured each other. So this is a spiritual thing which happened in Vivaha Sanskara, that which I have to explain, excuse me, every Hindu family, that you are binding regarding your family life, husband wife. You are not separate entity. You are joint entity now. You have to go your familiar life and your spiritual life together to attain liberation or to realize the ultimate truth.
Okay. So, according to Hindu Dharma, one should be married only once. But our
Yeah, yeah.
king, even Raja Dashrath Ram's father
Yes.
had 3 wives and many more. So, how do you, you know, try to, figure that out? I mean, how do you condone that? How do you draw a
Yeah.
balance? Is there any problem with, like Dashrath had so many wives?
Actually, for Pitrun, when they will have a son in their life, they will have issue, make issue in their life. They will be liberated from Pitrun, ancestral debt. So for that, he has married multiple wives. But uh, there are some social causes also for marriages. There are some spiritual causes also for multiple marriages. But there is no provision of divorce. You can't divorce your wife. That is the provision of Sanatan Dharma.
Hmm.
Vivaha with single wife is the ideal one, but there are different social and spiritual reasons for multiple marriages. But there is no provision of divorce in Sanatan traditions. There is no alternative word for divorce in Sanatan traditions. in modern way, due to Western influence,
Hmm.
this thing has been started, but there is no provision for that.
Yeah, that's quite a big problem now in the West because divorce can be quite traumatic for
Yeah.
both parties, and
No,
it's
and
it's
also
a very
their kids
difficult
also. The
situation.
more sufferers are their kids.
Correct. So then I will come to my last question. And uh, hello, can you see me? You're gone blank. Pradeep, where's Dr. Pingle?
अंकल उनका ना कॉल आ गया है शायद तो इसलिए वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए 1 सेकंड में ज्वाइन करेंगे वापस
डॉक्टर ज्वाइन करेगा? आर यू श्योर?
जी अंकल ट्राई कर रहे हैं वो
तो आप ही आ जाओ. तो डॉक्टर पिंगल क्या बिजी है क्या?
नहीं उनका बीच में कॉल आ गया वो जो जिस डिवाइस पे थे वो बीच में डिवाइस में कॉल आ गया तो वो वापस ट्राई कर रहे हैं आ गए वापस
तो हो रहा है.
हाँ,
हाँ,
क्षमा
डॉक्टर
कीजिए.
पिंगल,
हाँ, हाँ.
we lost you.
Yeah,
Uh,
sorry.
okay, my last question is there seems to be a lot of dialogue amongst people, Hindus, by in terms of when a person passes away, then there is they don't want to do the puja for 12 days first, and they cut it down to short to 3 days. And then some of them are also saying that it is very expensive to have a 12-day ritual and call the Brahmin and feed them and do the prayer, and they can't afford this kind of thing. So it's better to cut short for 3 days and sayonara. So, what does Sanatan Dharma have to say in regards to the saying farewell to the deceased parent or relative?
Yeah, yeah. First, I want to explain one thing that before invention of any microscope or invention of any microbiological or pathological department in medical science, the science was unaware that even in your breath or even in your sputum, there are multiple microorganisms, lakhs of microorganisms available there. Because we don't have that gross vision to visualize those microorganisms. So for external thing, we need some microscope and that vision to locate that microorganism. Even if a layman is having microscope and he goes through the smear of blood or sputum, he can't
Hmm.
locate the correct organism and diagnose what is which disease is there, which organism is there, and which disease might be he suffering. So what you need is to some you need some special vision and special education to see the organism. If we consider in spiritual perspective, our Rishi Munis, when they see that some death occurs, they have subtle visions. Like in Mahabharata, Sanjay, uh,
Hmm.
he has vision to see the whole Mahabharata war. Even in present day, if you activate your sixth sense, you can see beyond your eyes, beyond your mind intellect also. So those Rishi Munis, they observed that after death, the subtle body of that diseased person is there. And Sanatan Dharma has prescribed 12 days rituals because now, according we have faith in the birth rebirth cycle. So afterlife journey of that diseased person is there. So when you visualize the subtle body of diseased person, they also realize that he needs a different body to travel in the neither region. He stays there for some days, years, and then he get next birth according to his karma and prarabdha. So to get that new subtle body to that diseased person, they prescribe some 12 days rituals there. So it's not like that. It has to feed some Brahmins or to do something. It's a process to help their ancestors to pass in afterlife without any difficulty. If you have that ability, you learn the process and you do yourself also. There is no need of any Brahmin to do it. You can feed some Brahmin, but the rituals don't spend money on that. You learn and you can do for your ancestors also. But it is prescribed for 12 days. And on 12 days, the new subtle body is available for that diseased soul. And thereafter, he live for afterlife journey. So this is the process behind 12-day rituals. But you condense it in 3 days, or we don't want to spend and we don't have time. We will sum up in 3 days. This is misconceptions. You can't say if some lady get pregnant, the child with maturity will take birth after 9 months only. Lady
Correct.
can't say that I want a child in only 15 days. She don't have choice there because there are physical binding there.
Hmm.
You have to go through process and then you will get the results. But you don't have subtle vision, you don't have activated sixth sense, so you don't understand the afterlife journey of your departed soul, your departed ancestor. So you think that I want to do shortcut for these rituals. But better way, you go for spiritual practice, you activate your sixth sense, you try to understand your Sanatan rituals, excuse me, then you will realize that these 12-day rituals, they are very correct because they are your close relatives, they are your close ones. You want to see them happy in afterlife also. You want to see them have a good journey in afterlife also. You love them. So when you get that subtle vision, yeah, when you have faith and you understand the things, afterlife things, then certainly for your beloved people, your beloved relatives, you will correctly do 12 days rituals because you understand the importance of those rituals. So
So then, if
my,
a person does not have money and he
yeah,
can't afford the puja of Brahman, then what she should do for 12 days?
actually here lies one question. The Brahman should do at minimum and uh, with affordable things
Hmm.
with that person according to that person's capacity. It's duty
Hmm.
of Brahmins also. And otherwise, you can go through those books. They have given different alternatives. What other things you can go also for that thing. But if you don't have any money, really don't have money, and but you want to do those rituals, they have given you some different options how you can help your departed ancestors also. So
Hmm.
it's not the thing. But the Brahmins who are charging unduly high without realizing the capacity of the person, it's also a sin for them also. So it's both way. They must have understanding with each other. They must help each other to go for spirituality and go for correct rituals. But what is happening? There is short of Brahmins also.
But people, they
Those who
read
can do
Garud
these
Puran.
rituals.
So, what do you advise? Like reading of the Garud Puran or reading of the Bhagavad Gita every day for 1 hour or something like that? How do you do that? I mean, pray for the deceased.
Uh, that is one thing that is good, but uh, that is supported with rituals. Not only that will help those things. You have to do. anyway, that rituals, convincing Brahmins also that please help me to go for these rituals.
So are you
Yeah.
trying to say
Yeah.
here, because okay, suppose I have my business and I can't sit whole day and do the puja, so I have to go to my office. So normally, what they do after 3 days, they go to their office, and the Maharaj or Brahman conducts the puja at home. So,
No,
what is the
they,
obligation of a son, for example? If his father
there is
passes away, then what
yeah,
is the obligation of the son? What he should do, in simple terms?
there is not a whole day puja for 12 days. Only 1 or 2 hours puja is there for days, but
Hmm.
they can do 3 4 days puja combinedly on a single day. Again,
Hmm.
2 3 days puja on a single day, and but all rituals they need to be done within 12 days, so that according to that ritual, the subtle body uh, is generating for him certainly due to these rituals.
So we must do puja every day for 12
Yeah.
days, 1 or
Huh.
2 hours, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think this has been an enlightening discussion, and I hope people who will be listening in the future will benefit by this and use their intellect to come to their own conclusions. So I would like to end the telecast today with a small prayer with an English translation. Uh, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, that is, happiness be unto all. Sarve santu niramaya, perfect health unto all. And sarve bhadrani pasayantu, may all see God in everyone. Ma kashit ka bhag bhavet, may all be free from suffering. So with that,
बहुत
Sadhguruji,
बहुत
thank you
धन्यवाद
very
भैया
much
जी, प्रशांत जी
for
आपका.
being on our show.
हम्म.
And it's always a pleasure and privilege for you to enlighten us. And hopefully, some other time we will shall meet again. And
Sure.
meanwhile, kindly, send us your blessings. So I understand you're from Prayagraj. You're in the Kumbh
Yeah,
Mela.
I
So
will pray
kindly
Ma Ganga
generate some
and all.
blessings from there for all the viewers.
Sure. माँ गंगा एंड द्वादश माधव, द्वादश 12 विष्णु का स्थान है ये. I pray to their holy feet to bless every divine, every faithful person, those who are abiding dharma principles.
Jai Shri Krishna. Okay,
Yes.
then we bid goodbye.
Goodbye. Shubharatri.
Sat Bye now.